What's going on YouTube? Back at it here, Friday night show at Skyline. Single night show this week. So just running tonight. Got both boys back out here. Been 3 weeks off, so looking forward to getting back at it. Should be a good night. Trying a few things on Levi's car, trying a few things on Mason's car. Just trying to get better, trying to keep developing. So haven't gone up and looked at the track. It's not outrageously hot. It's probably mid 80s. So really pretty nice. A little bit of wind, but not real bad for Skyline typically. So we'll see if they can keep some moisture in the track, give us a good racetrack to race on. Other than that, same old, getting ready to head to the drivers meeting now. We'll find out what the format's going to be. Assuming 2 heats. It's been 2 heats all year. So take it from there and take you guys along for the ride. Let's go. his first round of heat races. Gonna try to be a lot better about talking in between the heats. So pretty calm, got a little bit of some minute downtime here before we push back up. But first round of heats went good. Levi started 4th. Got to lead, I think right on the start, if I remember right. And was able to win his heat, drove a great heat race. His car looks really good, made a small change for the next one. I think we'll start about 4th again. He kind of drew the middle, so be mid-pack, but we'll see how she goes. But went out there and got that first win, so that was important. So good job by him executing. Car looks really good. Tried some things, we're hair tight, freed him up some, and we'll let it rip. So, but yeah, he looks really good. Mason started 4th, finished 4th. Not the heat race we needed out of him. He's really fast. Really drove good. Just didn't drive aggressive enough. Made a hell of a start. On the initial start, went from 4th to the lead on the start. Had a little spin getting into 1 by the pole center. So they ended up calling that back. In true Skyline fashion, with the lackluster organization they have here, they went ahead and called that back for a full restart. So the car that spun that brought out the yellow got their spot back on the pole, which I've never seen. So restarted 4th, slotted into 4th, and just kind of rolled around. Got stuck behind a girl in 3rd and just couldn't go nowhere. She blocked pretty good. We tried everything we could. He just couldn't quite time the crossover. Couldn't clear all the way around the top. She kind of run him up in the middle of the corner. He get in the slick shit, and run up the hill. And just know we can do. So we kind of talked about that. Some different things to try for next time. He should start outside front at his next heat race. So same old thing. Got to execute start, get to the lead and set sail. I think if we get out front, I don't think they're going to catch us. His car looks really good. Really happy with some of the changes we made on that thing. So yeah, we'll see how she goes. But yeah, it's good to be back at the racetrack, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Morning, guys. Saturday morning after Skyline, the 28th of June. So we ran last night at Skyline. I didn't do any post-race video. Again, just kind of caught up in the moment. Got to be better at that, but it is what it is. So both boys ended up winning. You've probably seen that by now because it'll be at the end of the video. Both boys ended up winning. Definitely did not have the heat races in the start of the night that we were hoping for. Tried some things on Levi's car. It didn't work. Hey, that happens. So thankfully had a good notebook. We went partway back on after the heat races, and then it still just wasn't right. So pulled the notebook out, went back to how we were last time we were there for the main event. Just total roll of the dice, and he was able to get it done. I mean, we were very fortunate. We started on the pole. The 78 car, I think, had more pace than us, but couldn't get around us. That's the way it goes sometimes. We've lost races that way, where we've been faster and run second or third, and now we've won one that way. So back to the drawing board. Like I said, we made some progress on the thing, but there's more there. I got some work to do there. Levi was definitely rusty right up until the main event. The main event, he kind of pulled it all together, but 2 weeks out of the car, you could definitely notice it. Like the last time we raced, we were at the last weekend of I think a 5 or 6 week run, and the kids were firing, man. They were just dialed in, and you could definitely see the difference. So Matt and I talked. I think they have Thursday practices out there, open to the public. So I think the next time before you race, the Thursday before the Friday night show, we're gonna go practice, put the boys back in the car, just let them shake it down, get that out of their system, and get those feels back, and then just try to be a little bit better for the race from that point on. But anyways, Levi got it done. I think that's 5 or 6 in a row, maybe even more now. So the kid's on a heck of a run, which is good. But I'll get to what's coming about of that next. So over to Mason. Same thing, a little bit rusty early on. I think we were running fourth, run fourth in the first heat. Just kind of one lane racetrack, really hard to pass. It wasn't for lack of effort. The gal in front of us was blocking pretty good, and he's a little too nice. Didn't want to move him, and that's fine. That'll come in time. But so run fourth there, second heat, which again, you guys have all seen this now, but I think we were in second in the second heat. Had an opportunity to make a move on the 42 kid, wasn't able to do it. Got into him a little bit off a 2-1 time, and then just couldn't capitalize on that. Ended up having an official come down and talk to us about driving and using the bumper and things like that, and we kind of talked through that. So the official just wants to see you make an effort to pass for a few more laps and not just catch a guy and tag him immediately and try to go on. And that's fair. You know, I don't want my kids to be dirty racers, but it's a lot of times right now we're a product of the class we're in. It's very, very follow leader. It's very one lane, especially the way they prep the tracks up here. There's never a second groove, and there's just not enough separation in these cars a lot of times to do that. So with that said, move on to the main events. Like I said, Mason got his talking to. There's a couple of kids in the pits got their talking to, and it was fine. No harm, no foul. Just kind of a little friendly warning from the officials. So everything's square. So main event, Levi starts on the pole. Led the whole thing. I thought we gave it up in traffic, man. He hesitated and it kind of broke his momentum with that lap car. Second place, did the absolute right move, went opposite what we did. We got very, very fortunate that the lap car run up the racetrack a little bit. So when the girl in second went to the outside, she was even that much farther up. Levi patience paid off this time and was able to turn under both of them. And man, they come off the four, side by side, split the lap car. And I'm on the fence just thinking, you better run that thing as hard into turn one as you ever have right now. And he did. He run that thing right down in there and made it work and got it done. So, and I've seen him do that a bunch. He's able to flip that switch very, very well for him. So that was good. And again, like I said, came away with the win, so that was fantastic. He finally showed up to more of the normal Levi about midway through that main event. And again, so we'll make some adjustments on our program as a whole to try to be better around that next time. But it's just the break and seat time definitely showed up. So on to Mason. So fantastic main event for Mason. Starts third. We kind of had a game plan about how we were going to approach the start. Talked through that, and that game plan was out the window by the time they hit the start cone off of 4. It just wasn't going to work the way we had hoped. So he made a fantastic move on the start to go from third to the outside, got around the pole sitter on top 1 and 2, and then got right in line and didn't let Bryce get away, and then made a great move on Bryce. Like he said, he saw what Bryce's car was doing, and we talked a lot during the heat races that night about how to time that run, because his car Mason's able to carry so much speed through the center of the corner, he typically can't, he's having a hard time timing that gap and how much that closing rate is. So we kind of talked through a few things on how to do that, and man, he executed a flawless pass on Bryce. I thought it was beautiful. And then we set sail. You know, Bryce held on to us for a lap or two, and it was like, you know, 1 car, 3 cars, 5 cars. And once we got about 5, 7 cars out, we broke Bryce and we were gone. We won the thing by a corner and a straightaway. I mean, just absolutely gone. Cars are rocket ship. So that takes me to the next point I want to bring up. There's a lot of chatter through the pits from people that aren't even in our class about us cheating. And I don't know how many people are going to see this, but hopefully it gets shared out. If you guys want it, come get it. I'll sell you everything right off the car right now. I work my ass off on these things. And me and my dad put a lot of time, a lot of thought, a lot of everything into it. And my kids are driving fantastic. You can't sit there if you know what you're looking at and watch my cars go through the corner and watch how my kids drive them and tell me that we're cheating with motors. We're flat ass out handling, and the kids are out driving everyone right now. So not to get all up on my high horse as the proud dad or the car owner or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's just what it is. I'm tired of people slandering us, saying we're cheating when we're not. The motor builder is at every track. He's at every race. He builds the motors for probably over 50% of the field, and we all got the same shit. They're sealed motors. What do you want to do? So it's all gearing, carburetor, which there's not anything you do to that. You can't change the jets, so it's all float heights and little shit like that. But our cars just flat ass handle. Watch, do you guys see the GoPro videos? My kids' hands don't move. They don't shake the car. They don't scrub speed. Our cars maintain a lot of really good speed, and I work really, really hard to keep everything straight and free and make sure there's no bound and no tension and no anything like that, because it's all the little things like that that are making the difference. So, and the fact is, like, my kids are driving really, really good. They're great racers. They're one of the only kids that can actually pass in this class. And that's been proven week in and week out. The guy that was bitching, for lack of a better word, last night and running his mouth on the fence and the little entourage that he was with, that kid never passed a car all night. Started 4th in the first heat, started 5th in the first heat, ran 5th, started on pole in the second heat, ran 2nd with us in his ass, and then started 4th in the main event and ran 4th. And is running his mouth on the fence that we're cheating when his kid can't even pass cars. So I don't know what to tell you, bud. Be better. So, but it's just, I'm over it, man. Like, we got there. I wasn't even done unloading it. I barely rolled the cars out. Guy I know, unfortunately, I just learned his name last night. Been talking to him for a few weeks now. Kind of, you know, one of those things. You guys all know how it is. And he comes over and he said, hey, I'm going to go straight to the source. I heard a rumor that you guys, meaning us, are kicked out of Red Bluff indefinitely. I'm like, that is the most outlandish rumor I've ever heard. Because 1, I've never even been to Red Bluff in my career. 2, my kids have never been to Red Bluff. We've been to California once, like a month ago, to race Cycleland, and that's it. These cars have never even set foot in Red Bluff. So for that to be getting around, and it's most likely the ban indefinitely is related to cheating, I would imagine. So the fact of the matter is, if you guys want it, come get it. I'll sell you the motors right off the cars, right off the main event. And I'll come out next week and beat you with another one. Okay? That's just the way it is. That's how confident I am in my kids in my program right now. And I'm tired of everybody running their mouth about it. And I wanted to say, I wanted to come out and put it out there. So I know this video probably doesn't get a lot of views. I know our channel's still growing. And I'm trying to be better at that and trying to put different things out. But for those of you that do see it, come and get it. Okay? If you want it, it's right there. I'll sell it to you right now. You know, Chad Reed put out a video the other day about guys wanting to claim his Super Mini that his kid's running and all this and that. And Chad feels the same way. He works very, very hard at his program. His kid trains very, very hard. And yeah, he's got nice stuff. Chad was well connected. I'm not going to say, I'm not here sitting here saying I'm like the Chad Reed of Outlaw Cars. That's absolutely not the case. But when people are attacking your kids and your program and all the effort you put into it, it pisses you off, you know? And like for those guys to run their mouth the way they did last night, do you want it? Come and get it. So that's all I got to say about that. Another fantastic weekend, 2 wins for the boys. They're driving fantastic. And yeah, be on to the next one.